Good morning. Oh my, look at this. I'm not even put together. Ooh, it's a good thing you came over so I could get myself all put to rights here. Much better. Geez, you'd think I'd be together. I got up early, went to the gym, but nope, totally missed that. I think I was focused on the sleeves. Oh, you must see my pumpkin mug. Happy Halloween, if that's a you thing. And if it's not, well, then get happy because it's just for fun. So just not going there. Um, I'm meditating today on the shape of myself, and also what forms that shape. Because I went back to the gym and I've been working hard on just being healthier, stronger, physically stronger. Um, it's really important to look at, am I doing things in the right format, or am I going to hurt myself in the long run because I'm not doing things in the way that works for my body, etc. Um, but then yesterday, so I've been thinking a lot about shape. And do I fit my jeans better? Do I fit my shirts better? Are the buttons popping? Like, what does that look like? Because it's not about a number on a scale. The number on the scale is just gravitational pull on my body. But shape is a totally different story. And so yesterday, then, I'm sitting in church and we're discussing something called shalom. And it's finding peace and wholeness. And it's not just pray and talk to Jesus and everything will be okay. But it's how do we use our disciplines, such as prayer, to develop a wholeness in our mind, in our spirit, in our bodies. What does that look like when all parts of us are ticking well? Um, and so it's interesting because one of the verses we hear in scripture, like, is one story of Jesus as a boy, not a baby, but a boy, and before he becomes a man. And one of the verses in Luke is, and Jesus grew in wisdom, stature, in favor with God and with men. And I look at that verse and I remember, yeah, there's multiple ways to grow. I can sit here and I can stuff my face full of junk, because I do. But I can do all those things and then, be spend hours and hours meditating and praying. I don't, but I could. And so I'd have this really robust spiritual life. But I'm not taking care of all parts of me. Jesus grew in wisdom. He learned in education and understanding. He had an open mind. He wanted to know things. He wanted to revisit some things. He didn't just trust the dudes at the front of the room. He really dug in and wanted to know himself, what was happening and what did scriptures actually say. And the world around him, it wasn't just about scripture. He had to learn a profession, and Joseph would have taught him a profession. And so he had to learn, and in that way, he grew in wisdom. And in stature, he had to physically grow. I mean, I only have so much height, but physical wellness is so important. And in favor with God, that's your spiritual life. And in favor with men, your relational life, your humankind relations, whether it's parent to child, child to parent, sibling, romantic, partner, friend, even stranger to stranger. Um, my kids are really learning that as they work retail right now. How to relate stranger to stranger, just fellow human being to fellow human being. And it's really cool to watch them grow and come home with stories of this happened, this happened, this, and how did you handle it? How did your boss handle it? Oh, we had to do this. We just got to take care of it, redo it, and send them on their way. But it's just really interesting to think about all of those parts, because then as I'm talking, or as I'm listening to the pastor talk about shalom and wholeness, and he said this phrase that just captured my heart, and it was to be love formed. Are you formed in the shape of love? We talk in Christian circles about cruciformed, to have a cruciform faith, which is a faith formed by the cross and the work that Jesus did when he died and was buried and came alive again. We talk about cruciformed. That's Christianese. But I hadn't really, I'd heard it before, but it hadn't sunk in. And I love formed. No matter what I do, no matter how many reps I do at the gym, no matter how many mom taxi drives I give, no matter how much money I might support an organization or an individual or a nonprofit or church, am I being formed by love? Are those things because of how I'm formed, or are those things just because I want a pat on the back? Honestly, that's not even where the sermon went with it. There's so many other things and points of the sermon, but that's what I took away. Am I being love formed? Do I have the shape of love? That's where my Monday is headed. So when I see I have two very exhausted and borderline sick children, am I going to let love reign today and say, you know what? Stay in bed. Get well, get healthy. Or am I going to push and put on the angry Hulk mom? Get out of bed, go, it's school. I'm in a sweet spot where they can take care of themselves because they'll be in bed till I'm done work. But seriously, am I love formed? Are my reactions based on love? Or are they simply reactions? We know what happens on Halloween when things react. I'm just kidding. It has nothing to do with Halloween. But anyway, that's where my thoughts are today. I want to be love formed. I desire that more than anything else. Because the source of love is God himself, because God is love. So the divine spark that is within me, that I was created with, that you were created with, I want that to be what grows in how I relate to the strangers around me, how I relate to people that I know and love, that I'm adjacent to, that I bump up against, that I'm really close with because I've made vows to them. Him. Am I shaped by love? I challenge you to think, what shapes you? What is it you're spending time on that stretches your muscles, stretches your mind, stretches your relationship spiritually, stretches your relationships with your fellow man, fellow humankind? What's forming you? Know that I love you. Bye.